Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well today. I hope you are studying well at home. Welcome to your science class. Open your book. So we reached on the page 134. We studied on beach and soil erosion. So what you have learned so far, beach erosion is caused when soil or sand is removed or washed away from the beach. The lagoon ecosystem is threatened due to soil and sand erosion. For today, let us see how we are going to protect our beaches. As part of their homework, pupils have been requested to collect information on the methods to protect our beaches. The pupils have prepared 3 posters showing 3 methods to protect our beaches. They are gabions, mangroves, and rock revetment. We are going to see each one of them. Discuss with your friends the different ways in which the beach is protected. Write the methods in the appropriate boxes. So for today we are going to see about gabions, mangroves, and rock revetment, how these 3 methods, how they are going to protect our beaches. Let us see each one of them now. So before we get back to our book, let us read here. You're going to follow here on the screen. So what can you see in this picture? These are rocks. You know, a kind of crushed rocks. These are called gabions. The rocks, these are called gabions. So now take a look at this picture. So you see not only rocks. How are the rocks over here? They are filled in wire, in sort of wire cages. Okay. So these are called gabions. So wire cages filled with crushed rocks and piled up along the shore. Why? To weaken the wave and to reduce erosion. So these are done to prevent the force of the waves and also to reduce erosion. These are called gabions. Now you're going to take a look over here. You have 2 pictures. So what can you see in these pictures? You can see rocks along the beach. Okay, so these are called, this method is known as the rock revetment. Okay, why now they are placed here in such a way to absorb the energy of water. Okay, let us read. Rock revetment decrease wind, tidal and wave energy and help to prevent sand erosion. Okay, it prevents the sand to be washed away. It also helps in decreasing tidal wind, tidal and wave energy. Revetments are placed in such a way to absorb the energy of water. The wave energy is absorbed when it crashes into the stone revetment. Let us now see what are mangroves. Okay, so I'm sure you must have seen mangroves. Okay, near along the beach. Take a look at the pictures. You have 2 pictures which show mangrove trees. So what can you observe from these mangrove trees? You can observe the very large roots, and then they are quite strong also. We are going to see how these roots they help in protecting the beach. Okay, let us read. The dense roots of mangroves prevent erosion from waves and storms. They protect the shore from strong waves. So this is the role of mangrove trees. They are going to protect the shore. They are going to prevent the shore from erosion from waves. Now we are going to get back to our book and read the questions. On page 135, you're going to see the posters. You're going to see figure 8, which shows the posters, poster 1, 2, and 3. Now that you already know, you have seen pictures of how gabions are, how rock revetments are, and how mangroves are. Now I think you can identify each one of them. For example, poster 1, you can write it right now. When you're seeing this video, you can write it. What is poster 1? What do you think? So do not confuse between rock revetment and gabions. Okay, because gabions are like stone, like crushed stones which are filled like in wire cages. Okay, so the first one, as you can see, picture of stones which are crushed, so these are gabions. You're going to write gabions here. Poster 2, as you must have guessed, this is rock revetment. Okay, rock revetment to absorb the energy of waves. The third one, poster 3, is mangroves. Mangroves on the beach. Okay, I hope it's clear. Let us move on. Now complete table 5, page 136. Poster 1, 2, 3 methods. So first you have to read how they prevent beach erosion. When you have read what is written for each one of them in each box, then you're going to write down the poster, the method, and the places they can be seen in Mauritius. So how they prevent beach erosion? The first one, they protect the beach and the seabed from erosion with their roots. So when we are talking about roots, we are talking about Mangroves. They protect the shore from strong waves and winds. They restore the ecosystem of the lagoon. So you're going to write the method is mangroves. Okay, because mangroves protect the beach from erosion with their roots, with their strong roots, and also protect the beach against strong waves. So places that can be seen in Mauritius, this is you're going to find out, okay, where mangroves can be seen in Mauritius. Now you have the second one, the decreased wind, tidal and wave energy. They prevent sand erosion. So this one is what? They decrease wind, tidal and wave energy. This is, we are talking about rock revetment. So you're going to see which number it is on your poster, and you're going to find out the places that can be seen in Mauritius. Rock revetment. The third one, it decreases the energy of the waves before they reach the coastline. It prevents sand and soil erosion. So we are talking about here, we are talking about gabion. The method is gabion. You're going to see, you're going to find out the places where they can be seen in Mauritius. So let us move on. So here, take a look. I have found some places where gabions, rock revetments and mangroves can be seen in Mauritius. So you're going to take a look over here and you're going to try to find out some other places in Mauritius. For example, here, gabions can be seen in Mauritius where you can have at Poudre d'Eau and at Riambel. What about rock revetments? They can be found at Poudre d'Eau, and mangroves they can be found at Poste Lafayette, at Poudre d'Eau, Case Noyal. These are in Mauritius, as well as mangroves can be found in Rodrigues also. Okay, you may add some other places if you know where you have gabions, rock revetments and mangroves. You're going to copy this in your copybook. Note this down. What I have learned in this unit. So mangroves protect the beach. Mangroves help to restore the lagoon ecosystem. Gabions and rock revetment decrease the energy of the waves before they reach the coastline, thus preventing soil and sand erosion. Okay children, so this was our last unit. We are going now to see some end of unit assessment, end of unit questions. Let us move on. So after having revised your unit, you are going to work out the questions. Here you have on the page 137, you have some multiple choice questions. I guess it's very easy. You need to read carefully and you are going to find the correct answer and circle the letter. Okay, let us see the next page. The next page, 138, you have some structured questions, which mean you have to write a complete sentence, correct sentence. Okay, plants are living things that depend on the sun to do what? In an ecosystem, living things depend on other living and non-living things to live. Water is essential in an ecosystem. Write a sentence to explain why. So why water is essential? Because all the living things such as animals, plants, also human beings, they need water to live. So without water, life will not exist. Okay? Write down 3 reasons why forests are cleared by men. For what purposes? To build houses, roads, shopping malls, for agriculture. Okay? Clearing of forests has a negative effect on the ecosystem. Mention 2 such effects. For example, the first thing you can write is about how these animals living in forests will lose their habitat. Okay? And then you can write the second. What can you write more? What about the level of carbon dioxide? What may happen? What is an ecosystem? So it is a community of living and non-living things which depend on each other. Refer to figure 1 on the page 122. What would happen to the ecosystem if hunters had killed all the deer? So when you have all the deers are prey, which means who feed on deers? Tigers feed on deer. So if all the deers are killed, what will happen to the tigers? The tigers will not have food to eat and they will die. Okay, so this will cause a problem to the ecosystem. I hope it's clear all the questions. They are very straightforward questions which we already discussed. So here are reasons why the forests are cleared by men: for infrastructural development to build roads, buildings, industries and factories; for residential purposes, residential meaning settlement, meaning building of houses, flats and housing estates; for agricultural purposes such as planting vegetables and other crops, also rearing of animals; for recreational and commercial purposes, you have setting up of leisure recreational parks and shopping malls. Now you have the negative effects of clearing of forests. You have habitats of animals living in the forest will be destroyed and they will suffer and die. Wild animals who depend on plants will die. The level of carbon dioxide will increase, which will increase also the greenhouse effect. So these are all the negative effects of clearing of forests. If you have any other ideas, you are going to include them. Children, that's all for today. Make sure you're doing all your work. Do not leave any blank in your book. Okay? Revise your Unit 7 on ecosystems of forests and lagoons and try to see if you have left any blank in your book. You are going to complete all your homework. Okay, so that's all for today's study well. Do all your homework. Take care everyone. Bye bye.